conversation with, "I'm single on purpose," no one takes it as a challenge or a dare. No one says, "Oh yeah? You want to go out?" So as a result, I've been single for about 4 years. Well, actually, a couple of years ago, I did go on a date by accident. And it was an accident. I didn't realize it was a date. True story, because the guy's wife set it up. We went to sushi in Sherlock. And when we were in the sushi restaurant, and he looks over at me, he looks into my eyes, and he said, "You know, my wife and I didn't think you'd go for this. Because we thought you were a lesbian." And I thought we were talking about the sushi. And so I didn't correct him. I didn't say, technically, my sexual orientation is spinster. Because really, sexual orientation has very little to do with preferences and allergies to seafood. Sexual orientation has to do with preferences and allergies to genitalia. Woo! Like, I see a vagina and I just swell up. Right? That's how it works. So I had no idea we're on a date by the time we get to the movie. And we're sitting there, and the moment that Robert Downey Jr. comes onto the stage, he puts his hand over mine. And there's going to be a bunch of he's now because I'm talking about Robert Downey Jr., so I'm just going to call my date Mark, because that's his name. So if you see him. So he puts his hand over mine, and I put my other hand over his, like a hand sandwich. And I give it a little pat, because yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is hot. And then the scene where Robert Downey Jr. narrowly escapes death because the ship is coming off its moor and it's about to crush him and he narrowly gets away. Mark sort of nuzzles my ear a little bit, and I give him a nod. Because yeah, that was a close one. So by the end of the night, Mark is pretty sure this date's gone really well. And I'm pretty sure that Mark is gay for Robert Downey Jr. And I'm thinking, do I tell his wife this? And we're about to part ways, and he sort of leans his face closer and closer, and I get it. I understand what's happening. And I say, "Stop, no, don't. Be true to yourself. It gets better." Thanks, guys.